Rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a rhetorical question is defined as a question not intended to require an answer. And on February 8th, at the gracious invitation of Dr. Pat Murphy, the superintendent of the Arlington Public School System since 2009, who began his career in education in nearby Fairfax County in the very year that I graduated from a certain Virginia college, I will have the unique opportunity to speak with him about the state of the Arlington Public School System, where we are, where we have been, and where we want to go. Anytime a black kid from Jersey City with gentleman's C's in college and who was terrified with the prospect of going to the principal's office in high school because it was never for anything good, I assure you, is extended the honor to speak with a superintendent and a doctor of education, that is a big F-bomb deal, as Joe Biden says. So I do not take this opportunity flippantly or callously, but rather see it as a chance to take something good and make it better. A chance like this does not come often to a long-shot candidate for any office. And at the end of our time together, I don't want to think back that I had my chance and missed it. In life, we never want to let a good opportunity pass us by. For this momentous occasion, I have been requested to present in advance a list of questions which I am almost prepared to do. We have a public school system where most students are studying algebra before matriculating in high school. Our students are studying topics like Latin, and we have a special school for the study of the sciences. At our best high school, we are graduating nearly 95% of our students, and our public school system is one of the best in the Commonwealth, all to the good credit of Dr. Murphy, our wonderful teachers, and their dedicated staff. But we are not the best that we could be, and that concerns me, as well as those parents who are choosing to educate their children in private and parochial schools that are attaining college board scores far above those of our public school students. And we have a non-traditional high school, which has a student population that is about 97% minority, which is only graduating 35% of its students. And 35% is not a passing grade on any examination of which I know. Why are we failing to compete with the competition in the private and parochial schools? Why, at an expense of over $18,000 per student, with a budget of over $500,000, with over 1,200 teachers and over 25,000 kids in our care, are we not the best? Now, I am just a guy, this guy in Virginia, some say, who recruits for a top college in this state, the most competitive college in the Commonwealth, in fact. And I know from that experience for a fact that our public school kids are not going there, while kids at nearby Episcopal High School in Alexandria, for example, are going there, and in turn, they are enjoying the pick of the litter among the Ivy League colleges. And that sets them up for even more success in the future. But a kid growing up on Quincy Street, not far from our Board of Education, will not be standing in Quincy Market, passing his or her spare time from studies at nearby Harvard and hoping to get into a secret society or beginning to launch the next social media platform. And he may be a Goodwill Hunting, and a hunting we will go through those bargain bins. And it is not just because that kid is economically disadvantaged, nor because he or she has the wrong color of skin. No, it's because our superhighway does not have that exit. It is not on our map. And when that is the case, our kids are not failing. We are failing our kids. In organizational behavior, whether in a government bureaucracy or at a Fortune 500 company, we have a great tendency and motivation, perhaps even a need, to present our glowing achievements and at the same time hide our shortcomings and failings. And in an age of embracing inclusion, leaving no child behind, we all too often like to present that Potemkin village where everyone is doing just fine. Just participate in any long-distance race, and everyone leaves that event with a shiny, bright medal laced with colorful, flowing ribbons. Whether a world record was broken, or even if you just happened to finish before they close the course. Everyone wants to look like a winner and be a champion. But in the military, we all know of that unit where everyone was called an expert marksman. The whole unit would go out to the firing range, man the foxholes, and engage the targets. But regardless of whether that soldier knocked down all 40 pop-up targets or just 22 or less, he would place that wreath-shrouded cross of achievement on a dress uniform, tall and strapped, because by virtue only of participation in that unit, everyone was an expert by proclamation. And that looks very good, marching down Main Street, USA, with crowds cheering in admiration. But when those skills are really needed by a nation, tested in battle, that nation weeps and retreats in shame, hoping in vain to be made great again. In every endeavor in real life, we are somberly reminded that if you don't do the reading, if you don't work the problems, and if you don't do the homework, you will not pass the course. Life's teacher does not often grade on the curve. Don't take it on faith, take it on fact. According to a recent survey, nearly 40% of our graduating kids will be found back at home on mama's couch in Fort Living Room. Labor-intensive jobs are disappearing fast in an age of rapid technology, or being outsourced to cheaper pools of labor overseas. And a piece of paper to place on your mantle is not going to put food on your table anymore. I don't just believe the children are our future. That is an empirical fact, a hard reality. But many of you are parents with children in these schools. Many of you are neighbors who enjoy the enhanced property values from association with good public schools. Many of you are business owners and managers who want intelligent and skilled workers to make your businesses profitable. Many of you are educators who want to have your life's work make a tangible difference in your community and in the lives of others. And accordingly, you have a vested interest in our schools and what we accomplish in our meeting next month. Yet, with over 220,000 residents in this locale, just across from our nation's capital and nearly 26 miles square. Only 60,000 voted for the winner in the last uncontested election. Why are we failing our schools and our kids? Dr. Murphy and I want this to be a good meeting, not just a campaign stunt, not just a fly-by-night event, not just something that happens and then goes away. So to make our meeting productive, I want you to be in that meeting with us. I want to bring your questions so that we can begin the hard work of freedom in finding those answers. As Bud Fox said in his meeting with Gordon Gekko in the Oliver Stone movie Wall Street, that had many of my former classmates aspiring to be stockbrokers and investment bankers, life comes down to a few moments, and this is one. So don't let our kids down, and I will see you at the top. Are you with me? This is not a rhetorical question. This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb.